Okay, well, I guess we're live. Hi, Paula. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Just let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me now, Paula? Great. So could you hear me before or not? Okay, cool. All right, I'm glad I've got this all set up right. This is so nerve-wracking getting this all set up. It's just oh, you can hear me now? Great. Okay. I had my mic muted. Hopefully the sound is all nice and clear as well. So how have you been anyway? Oh, okay. A little. Yeah, I guess we're all a little bit like that, aren't we? It's yeah. All right. Well, hopefully a few more people turn up. Let's oh, here we go. We got another one. Mary. Hello, Mary. You can hear an echo when I talk. Okay. I'm not sure what to do about that. Yeah. Just let me try this. Let me know if you can hear me talking. When you see my mouth moving, if you can't hear me, let me know. Okay. Can you hear me now? Hi, Lisa. Okay. Can you hear me now? I'm talking. Okay. Everybody can hear me. Oh, cool. Thumbs up. Cool. No echo. Everything's all right. Okay, cool. That's good. All right. I had two mics on. That's why it was echoing. I didn't realize I had both of them on. Okay. How's everybody been? It's so nice to see you here. Hope you've all been well. I always find this so awkward. I don't know what to say and do. Other people start with, well, let's get the housekeeping out of the way. I don't have any. It's just waiting for. Hi, Loretta. How, darling? How are you? You made it. Yeah. Oh, that's great, Mary. That's really good to hear that you're great. Yeah. How's the weather where everybody is? It's absolutely horrible here today. We've had a couple of the most beautiful days. You would think it was spring and not autumn. And we've only got what's today, the 31st. Tomorrow is our first official day of winter. We've had these beautiful days, and I get up this morning and it's like as dark as all get go outside. It's just so overcast and cloudy. It's not actually really cold. It's 19 degrees Celsius, which is quite warm, but it looks like it's going to pour down rain. And I was supposed to go out to lunch with my daughter today, but I cancelled that because I hate driving in the rain. It scares the living daylights out of me. And all the idiots in the world seem to come out on the road when it's raining for whatever reason. I don't know what their reasoning on that one is. So I cancelled with her. So we'll do it next week. But yeah, so you've got a summer starting there soon. But I've seen on the news that it's getting quite warm everything over there. Jennifer Miller, hello. How are you, darling? I'm glad you're here. That's great, Jennifer. You got a day off and you could come and watch the live. That's wonderful. So happy. Danielle said she's going to turn up too, so we'll see if that happens. Yeah, she sent me a message saying she was going to turn up, so that's great. All right, well, we'll get started. I'll just put this over to my workspace and we'll get started. So what we're going to do, what my plan is, I'm going to show you a new link, and we're also going to have a little play around putting links into chains. So like designing a chain, different ways you can use different components to put a chain together. Because to me, a chain is like a very integral part of your necklace, and it can be something that either okay, it's just there to hold the pendant on your neck, or it's there as part of the design. So I just thought we'd go through something like that. Just let me get my bits together. Now, the little link I'm going to show you, let me get my little bits and pieces out here. I've got them all jumbled up in here, so I'll just put those over there out of the way. This is the little link I'm going to show you. This one here, which I'll show you a couple of different things you can do with it as well. So we're going to start off with our round nose pliers. And I've got mine marked here. You can just barely see the mark on those now because I've been using them. But this is where I'm going to place my pliers. So I'll just measure that for you so you know on your pliers where to place it. So the length of my whole nose of the pliers here is just a little over 2.5 centimetres. So we'll measure that for you guys there. So it's roughly about 1 inch is the length of mine. So where my mark is on there is what is that? 2 and 5, 6, 7, 2 and 7 millimeters. 1 and 7 millimeters. So 1.5. Get myself confused here. 1.5 centimeters plus 2 more millimeters, if that makes sense. And so in inches, that would be, what's that? 3/4 of an inch. So that's where my mark is, just so you know. If you want to make it the same size as mine. And we're going to come in about halfway in on our wire, so you've got equal amounts on either side. Hold that straight, Linda, like that. And this might be a bit difficult under camera, so we'll see how we go. So I'm just going to push this wire up and around, and I've pre-annealed these, so it's an 18 gauge wire, and it's nice and soft when you've annealed it. You can do it without annealing, but it's obviously a lot harder to do. So we're just going to bring that one around a bit, then bring this one around a bit. And this is difficult to do under camera. I can't hold my pliers properly. And bring that one around. So it's quite a simple link, but it's a very effective link. Bring that around. Okay. Okay, and now what you have to do here is try and keep this next piece of wire that we're going to bend around on top of this wire that is already around the nose of your pliers. So you don't want to go underneath it or over. You can, because you can straighten it, but it's easier if you try and keep it on top like that to bring it around. As I said, it's a little bit harder under the camera for me, but and then do the same on the other side. Am I keeping that on camera? I hope I am. All right, so you've got something that looks like that on the nose of your pliers. And take that off. You can grab your flat nose pliers or chain nose pliers, whatever you have. And I didn't keep mine exactly on, so you can just give them a bit of a, hopefully a bit of a squeeze. There we go. To get that one into place. and to keep that one into place. I'm just reading the comments now. I don't want to get too far behind. I'm glad you made it too, Jennifer. It is a treat. Yeah, Paula, mine always rubs off too, but if you use a permanent marker, it stays on. Well, I did mine yesterday and I worked with them quite a bit and I can still see the mark there. Now, I also put another mark up here, which I can just barely see. You guys wouldn't probably be able to see it. Another mark up here, but as I said, I can see it. But it does rub off. The only other way you could make sure that it stays there is if you have, if you're using the same spot and you know you're going to be using the same spot over and over again, is to actually file into it where you're going to be using it. But I use mine too. I'd forget which one I was using, so I do all sorts of different sizes and that on mine. So I suppose if you had a couple of different pairs of round nose pliers, you could do it and know which one you were going to be using. All right, Linda's babbling on here. Okay, so now we're just going to turn loops back, and this is where the second mark comes in. I'll just measure that for you, so as I said, I can just see that. So that's roughly 1 centimetre. 1 centimetre. 1 centimetre is just before the half an inch. So roughly in between those two markings there would be 1 centimetre. All right, so now we're just going to turn a loop, and I'm turning it on that mark on my pliers that I can just barely see. And we're just going to turn that loop up and over. These things are always so much harder to do under a camera. I think I've just about got it. Come on, hurry up. Okay, I think I've got it. Yes, I have. All right, so sorry about that. I'll put it back on my workspace here. There we go. Now, hopefully he doesn't ring again and do that to me again. I'm going to absolutely throttle him. I really will. Did you hear my phone ring and then it went off, or you didn't hear it? Okay. So sorry. All right, so now we're going to do the other side. And if it happens again, I apologise. And hopefully it dawned on him when I declined his call. All right, so we've got those two little things going there like that. So now we're going to do is just grab our block and our rubber hammer. And Paula is Freeman around. He might like to hear the hammering. And we're just going to give that a hammer. Oops. On both sides. All right. You can do it a little bit more than that if you want to make sure that it's nice and sturdy. I don't want to be hammering in your ear too long. So that's our little link. So I've got a couple of those here. That one. That one. Okay, now if you're putting them together, now none of mine ever turn out exactly the same size, and I don't worry about that because that's all part of the handmade thing, and I think it adds a little bit more interest as well. So as you can see, that one's quite a bit bigger than that one, but it doesn't matter. You don't have to put them next to each other if you don't want to. You can spread them out. So you could do something. I probably wouldn't go any more than about 3 in a row on one side. You could put, I've got some beaded links here. You could put a beaded link in between each one, like that. Then you could add, now you could do either chain. I've just got some little pieces of chain here that I just linked together in small sections so that I can, move them around. So that they're joined together. So you could just go something like, so you've got that going up there. You could put a few more down the bottom. Like that. So that's sort of one idea that, and your chain then obviously would go up and around the back of your neck, and then you'd come down the other side, and on the other side you could do something. I tend to like more interest on one side, and then you just add a little bit of interest on the other side. Hi Zach, I didn't see you pop in, darling. How are you? Did I miss anybody else popping in? No, I don't think so. Okay, so then you say you've got some chain. I should have made some more chain. Some chain coming. Okay, so I'm going to move this from this side. You've got some chain coming down on the other side. And you could just then add just a couple of, I've got some more here. So a couple more like that. And then add in your chain again, coming down this way. So you've got that coming down. So, you're just imagining that that's all coming down and that's going up around the neck. Maybe add 2 or 3. Have I got another one? Yeah. 3 on that side. And so that's one idea for a chain. Obviously, it would come down here and you've got your pendant and it would go up around the back of your neck. So that's just one little idea there. We can take these out and we could put in something like this. So you've got that, then you've got this coming down. Pop in another one there. That's a longer one. You could put, is that longer than that one? Just having a look what I've got here. Pop that in. And then your chain coming down there, so you could have just something. These things are hard to get to sit straight when they're not attached. So you could have something like that and, you know, still keep that on that side if you wanted to. You could take this one, middle one out here, and I've done one here with, if I can find it, there it is, with beads. So you could pop that in with some beads on it like that. Just again, another different idea. I love that bead color too. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's turquoise with I don't know if I can hold it up and see. It's got like a little 2 shades of brown on, like a caramel color, and then a darker brown pattern through it. It's a really pretty bead, that one. I don't even know where I got it from. I've had it for that long. I just found the other day, I was doing a bit of cleaning up and I found them and I thought I'll use those. So that's another idea there. Now what else did I have for you? Take those out for the moment. I might leave those there. Another little idea is a little squiggly, like that one. So that one's going that way. Pop that one going in the opposite way if you wanted to, or the same way, whatever way. And then that one obviously would go, get the chain out of there, go the same way. I'm getting too far down on my board here now. Let me move this up. There, so you have something along that line, and you've got your chains in there. You could take those out. You could put something like just bones. This type of link is called a bone. So you've got something like that. Okay, most of my links are always making an 18 gauge, Loretta. Yeah, I very seldom ever go below an 18. In chains, I do sometimes make them in a 20 gauge. The chain itself, I think these might be the 20 gauge actually. Yeah, they are. They're 20 gauge, those ones, because I'm making a chain for another necklace. That's why I've got these all in pieces at the moment, because this is for another piece I'm making. And I wanted to find a chain. But again, with a chain, I wouldn't go any less than 20 gauge. I just don't think it's got the strength to, you know, to hold up. Okay, so that's an idea there. I mean, you can play around with this for ages. You can put, you know, just keep putting different things in. We'll take that out. You could pop that one back in if you wanted to. So again, it's still got the same sort of idea because it's got the swirls in it, so it's not out of place or anything like that. It's just adding more interest into your chain. Okay, we can take these out. And what else could I put in? Okay, you can have something like this. So depending on what your pendant looks like, I mean, you just wouldn't pop that particular link into a necklace when you had a, let me have a look here, what have I got? If I had something like this, this is a pendant, I wouldn't just pop that in. I don't think that, you know, even though the colours kind of blend in a little bit together, I just don't think they they go together. Now I could do something like this if I had, say, this is what's it called, tiger eye. Do those in tiger eye, but maybe do something smaller. This is a more delicate looking pendant, so not necessarily have something as big as that. Go with a smaller briolette in there if you wanted to do something like that. Okay, let me see here what else I've got. Just pop that away. Okay, we'll take that one out for now. Take those away. Okay. All right. Okay, I'll bring that one back in again just to give you more idea and a bit of, you can see how differently things look when you put them together. So you can put that in there, and then you've got your chains on either end. That can look quite effective. Actually, I think I like that one. I think that looks nice. All right, we'll take him out and pop that one back in. So it's just a matter of playing with your different links. And I always have some made up so that I can have a little bit of a play. And sometimes I don't. I just make it off the cuff. I just think, okay, I'm going to put just a normal link, just something like this, that the piece just deserves something like that with nothing else on it. Or I might add in a few little drops into these are ones a bit too big for it, but a couple of little drops coming down. So you've got a bit more chain. And a bit more chain up here. So you've got a couple of little these are 4mm beads. I would probably use, especially on this fine chain, I would use 3mm chain for that. If I was doing 18 gauge, maybe I might do a 4mm with it, but you get the idea. So when that would be hold up, that would dangle, and you'd have a bit of movement on your chain itself. Okay, get those ones out of the way. Then you could also add in something like, I showed you this chain a while ago. This is the diamond chain. So I've only got the one piece made up at the moment, so I can't add another piece into it. But you could do that with then put these ones down at the bottom of that, or you could do that. Move that out of the way. And do something like that. And you could also add some dangly beads. I would add them onto the jump rings. Just little, maybe 3mm ones I would do on that. Add a couple on each, like one on each side of that going up there. I should have made up some more dangly doodly things, but it's very hard to know what you're going to use in advance. All right, so I can take that out. Now, I also showed you this link in a video a while ago. You could put something like that in, like that. Take those away. Just put the bones in. And again, you could add some danglies if you wanted to off these, or you could add little danglies, little 3mm danglies on each side of that, just to add some interest to the top and bottom of that link. So you've got something like that. Let me see here. Just trying to give you some ideas. Got that. What else could I put in there? I could put in, what have I got here? Do something like that with a couple of the little dangles. We've got one more. Yep. So something like that. So it's just to give you some ideas. Oh, when I made the link, when I completed it, it was frozen. So you didn't see okay, I'll make another one. And luckily I've got another piece of wire here ready to go. All right, I'll make the link again. Hopefully, hopefully we get through it. All right, so where the markings are on my wire, and I forgot to tell you this piece of wire is 9.5 centimeters long, which is 9.5 centimeters, which is 3 3/4 of an inch, roughly. Yeah, very close to it. So 9.5 centimeters, 3 3/4 inches. All right, so we'll do this link again. So we're going halfway into the middle of the wire, like that. You're bringing this one around, and you're bringing this one around, like that. And then you are moving these ones over the top of the other ones, trying to keep them on top of the wire, which can be a little bit hard, but don't worry, you can fix it at the end. So we're just going to flatten those out now. You might have to pull your wire back a little bit to get it to sit there. And you want those up and next to it. What is going on here today? Honest to goodness. Okay, I'll put it back on me. I don't know what's, I've got some. Okay, no, I don't want me on there. I'm so sorry, guys. This is so annoying. All right. That's hopefully should be right now. There, back on again. No, stay on, for goodness sake. Didn't I say at the start of doing this something would go wrong? I don't know whether it's something to do with the weather. God. All right. So we're going to now turn our ends back. So I'm coming up to that mark on my pliers there. And I'm just going to give that a turn. And as I said, every time I make one of these, it turns out a different size, and this one's going to be no different. I can already tell. So if it happens to you, see how mine's off to the side there like that, and it won't go any further down here. So I'm just going to cut a little bit of that off and just do a little bit at a time. You don't want to take too much off. You can always take more, but you can't put it back. And turn that over, and it's going to need a little bit more off. All right, that looks pretty centered. So I already know this one's going to be too long. So I'm going to take a little bit off to start with. And then just see if I need to take more. And just turn them back. And I don't know why they come out different sizes every time when I've got my pliers marked, but they do. So maybe they won't for you. Maybe it's something I'm doing wrong. It's still too long. Okay, it's still a little bit long, but you can fiddle with things forever. And okay, and then you would hammer that. So I just used did you see that before? Hopefully, the rubber hammer, and just get it into shape and strengthened up. Like that, and you've got yourself a little link. So they come together pretty quickly. As I said, I would only use it, a few on a chain, just spaced out. You can put them together with a jump link if you wanted to, just have them like that, or join with a jump link. Totally up to you how you do it. Or pop a, as I said, a bead link. These ones I just did with a messy wrap on them, just so once they're patinaed and whatnot, that they're a little bit more interesting. So do something like that. As I said, you could just put some chain in the middle of them. Just pop a bit of chain. Yeah, just something. Something like that. And then you've got your chain going either end. Or as I said, pop the one in with the bead in the middle of it. Now, these are just two 4mm beads there, and I wanted to show you, you can use rondelle shaped beads in them, which look quite interesting, like that. Or these ones here, like mix it up a little bit and put two different coloured beads in there. So I've got a aventurine and a amethyst round in those, so you can play around with it. That's all adding interest to your chain. Having that happen with my phone twice has just totally put me off my game. Okay, these little guys, as I said, swap them around how you put them together. Put something like that in the middle of them, and that would add a lot of interest because it's a totally different shape. You've got your round going on up here, and you've got your diamond shape going there. So something like that. All right, now I've got it. I haven't looked at these comments for ages. You're like, yeah, look, Paula, doing loops, I think, is one of the hardest things to do, is getting your loops right all the time. Some people are great at it, but yeah, others not. There, connect. That looks good. So cute. I see you have on a bracelet. Oh yeah, my bracelet. Yeah, this is one I just finished the other day. I'll take it off so you can have a better look at it. Move those out of the way. So it's just it's a cuff. Yeah, so that's my newest bracelet creation. Thank you everybody. Do you use thin wire to add the beads up? Yes, Paula, on that one, I used a 28 gauge to attach the beads. I know you probably think, oh, 28 gauge will break. But honestly, 28 gauge is a lot stronger than people say it is or think it is. Also, too, unless if you wanted to use anything thicker than a 28 gauge, you'd have to go in with something like an awl to widen that gap up. And you're going to make, I think anyway, you're going to make your link all out of shape. 28 gauge fits in nicely, and when you think about it, it's only sitting on your neckline. It's not doing anything. It's not having any strength. It's not part of the actual construction. It's just there to hold the beads on. And I've, round, show you on the round one, you might be able to see it better. It's I've wound around. So after I've wire wrapped it on there, I've gone around the beads like in a figure 8 shape, just to give it that bit of a bevel shape, bezel shape. That it's a bevel or bezel, one of the other. Yes, so that it's not just two beads sitting there; they're actually framed. But as I said, 28 gauge, it's not going anywhere. And even if you put that on a bracelet, it's still not part of the actual construction. It's just a decoration. So it's not doing anything on your wrist. It's just holding the beads on, basically. So yeah, 28 gauge for that. All right, I think that's all I've got to show you. I've put that together as many. I mean, that's probably 1,000 different ways you can think of to put those particular arrangement of beads, and you could sit here for hours, just doing something like this. Just going, yes, I like that. No, I don't like that. Taking those out, putting that in. As I said, most of the time I just make mine up as I'm going along. I always have links made just in case, but I tend to just make things up as I'm going along. So yeah, I think I've pretty much shown you all that. Thank you, Zach. I know. I think it's a lovely bracelet. I just love the colours and everything in it, and the movement. It's, even though nothing's moving, it looks like it has movement. Yeah, I'm proud of that one. That's a good one. I'll put that aside over here. All right. Well, what I wanted to do before I go is show you some pieces that I've been working on to give you a few more ideas. Where are we here? And some of these you'll, no, not that one. Where am I here? You'll recognise links that I've shown you in, different tutorials that I've given you. So there's this one here that's a lotus flower with a amethyst coin-shaped bead there, and then the drop, amethyst drop there, and that chain. So I've just put for interest, we've got circles and we've got rectangles, but also inside the rectangles we've got circles, so it all sort of ties back together, if you get what I mean. And then up the top here, the chain is actually an extender chain here, so you can see where the normal links start, and then I've added the extender chain on here and just put a little drop on the back. And of course these things all get caught up. So it's nice, something nice hanging down the back of your neck as well, as if you've got short hair or you've got your hair up. If you've got long hair, you've got something nice hanging down the back as well, but you can also change the length of that. So that's number one. And where I've got a few more here. This is a similar one, but in a different shape. The other one was a rectangle. This is the one I showed you a little bit earlier, which is the circle with the lotus on it, and the tiger eye drop bead. They're tiger eyes. And then this one's just got a few tiger eyes there through the middle. And I'm not showing this full chain because that's my next tutorial. So I don't want to get ahead of myself there and show you that. All right, this piece here, I have posted this in one more. I was showing pieces that I made, but just in case you hadn't seen it. So this one again is a dragonfly. Now, can you tell what this sort of has a story? So I wanted to see if you could see what my intention was for this piece. So can anybody tell me what they see in that? Hi, Jamie. I didn't see you pop in, darling. Thank you, Zach. I love that you say that. No, it's not a tree of life. Maybe it's not coming up on the camera, or maybe it's just what I see in it. What it is, and this was my vision for it, is a dragonfly that's landed on a pond, on a lily pond. So all of these circles here represent the lily pads. And behind the dragonfly, you can see the wire all wrapped in there. That's the water being disturbed from him landing on the pond. And these, of course, are all just little lilies, and the aventurine stones are representing the green of the lily pads. So that was my vision. I don't often make things with a story. I just put things together and see how they look. And that's how this one started out. And as I was making it, I'm thinking, oh, that looks like this. That's where I sort of went with that one. So I suppose it's a piece. It's probably not something that'd appeal to everybody, but I love it. I think it's beautiful. All right, that's that one out of the way. Now, okay, well, I'll show you another bracelet I made, which is the same sort of design as the one I was wearing earlier, but a lot chunkier. So these are all citrine and carnelian chips with a, what are they called? Is it quartz? My brain's going, ugh. I think they're called quartz, aren't they? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you, Jennifer. She loves all my details, and I'm an artist as well. I just do what I see in my mind, well, I try to put together what I see in my mind. But so that's that piece. Actually, someone said it looked like a butterfly. That wasn't my intention. Butterfly, I didn't have that in mind at all. Sorry. It wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't have a bit of a cough in it. This one I showed in a promo thing that I was doing as well, but I wanted to show you this one more for the chain than anything else, if I can get it untangled. So that's the pendant, and again, that's just something that came out of my mind. So it's got the two briolets here, but I wired this one on so it sits flat. And this one's got the movement at the bottom, so it's a dangle. But the chain, now I showed you this link in a chain in a tutorial, the twisted chain link. So then I added some of because I've got the rondelles sitting here, I added those into the chain, and then I just made this little doobie. I actually think I might have shown this in a tutorial too, if I remember rightly. But because this was like a wire mess, I can't think of a better word, I wanted to bring that into the chain as well to reflect back to the pendant, just to give it some interest there. So, and then there's just chain at the top that goes around the back of your neck, and that's more for the comfort thing. I don't think things like this sitting up around the back of your neck are very comfortable to wear, so I always stop mine and put just normal chain for the comfort side of it. And then this side coming down, so that, you know, as I said, I like to make one side more interesting than the other, but not leaving the other side out totally. So if you can get the idea of where I'm going there with that one. Thank you, Loretta. Great combo of colours on the chain. Yeah. My mind is amazing. I don't know about that. That's Jennifer loves Chunkamunk pieces. Yes, I love Chunkamunk pieces too. I get carried away, you know. I don't know that I could ever. I mean, I'll show you one piece that I made. Like don't know if I could make something for somebody who was a minimalist, but I have made one piece. I'll show you that now. And only because I heard that bows are all the go at the moment. So I thought, I haven't made a bow in wire before, so I'll make a wire one. So this is the little pendant. It's a little bow. It's just got a little bit of chain behind it with two tiny little watermelon briolets at the bottom. They're so... the holes in these things were just minute. They're just so tiny. So that's my idea of a minimalist. And with the chain, I've done smaller links and then a couple of larger links, and they're linked together with small links. And then I just added some of the watermelon tourmaline little faceted round drops on that there to give it a little bit of interest, a bit of movement up in the chain. So then it goes up into the smaller links and the larger links. And that's not a very long one. That sits just sort of right in the middle of your chest. So that's my take on minimalist. And I don't know that I could get any more minimalist than that. And I also made a little pair of earrings to go with those. Now, where did I put them? I'll probably find them in a second. Okay, I've done that one. You watch. As soon as I turn the camera off, I'll find the little earrings. But I'm still looking. I'm looking around as I'm pulling things out to see where I put them. So this is let me move that one out of the way. This is another piece I made, and I actually showed you this link in a tutorial, but I didn't add beads to it. But I mentioned in the tutorial that you could add beads to it. So if you want to go back and have a look at that one, I can't remember what it was called now. Would have been something connector link. Yeah, so just added the beads to that. And this is just like a leafy design with some twisted wire in and through it with a little drop at the bottom, which is a rondelle and a briolet attached to that. And then this is also a chain link that I showed you in a previous tutorial. Just let me have a little sip of my drink. If I can get that to untangle there. So that's another, and I think that's a lovely link. And see, I didn't want to overdo this because this one is so sort of ornate. I think I wanted something simple, but not just like a plain link like that. I wanted to bring that. I don't know how to describe what my feeling is. The only word that ever comes to mind is messy, but the chain's not messy. It's just I don't know. Words are so hard, aren't they? Especially when you're trying to describe something that you feel inside you. It's very hard to get the words out. But I think, again, that's a lovely piece. Yeah, I don't know how my mind works. It just comes up with these ideas. I'm just reading comments now, so swirl is why I work. Thank you, Zach. That's lovely. Yes, I make all my own chains. Which one can you barely see, Mary? Was it this one? Yeah, I haven't bought chain in donkey's years. I've got a drawer full of it here, but I never touch it. This one, is that the one you're talking about that you couldn't see? There is a tutorial for this one, as I said. You just have to go through my playlist and find. I can't remember the names of what they are. Sorry. Yeah, what I've called them, I don't remember. It's this is sort of like a triangle shaped link, but hopefully that's the one you were talking about, Mary, and you can see it a bit better there. If it's not the one, let me know and I'll try and find the one that you mean. All right. So what I'm hoping by showing you these, I don't need to be showing off my work. That's not what this is about. It's just to give you inspiration, things that you can do with tutorials that I've shown you on links and stuff. That's what this whole thing today was about. Did I show you this one? I don't remember if I showed you this one. This is another dragonfly sitting on a crystal. That's what it was, crystal, not quartz. Or is it quartz crystal? Oh, gosh, Linda, I don't know. And I've just wire wrapped them in some, I've got some peridot chips and some watermelon tourmaline there. And that one's, what's that one called? I've forgotten now. Starts with an A. Can't remember. And again with the chain dangles on the bottom. And this is wrapped on a 14 gauge wire. So, yeah, that's just another one. Might just be at the end of these. I still haven't found that bow tie one. And I know I had them here. Oh, here we are. I found them. These are the ones that go with that bow tie necklace or the bow necklace. I haven't finished these, of course. I've just... So it's just a little bow. I didn't put any beads or anything on this one. So this one, once it's been oxidized and cleaned up and polished, it will look lovely. I haven't finished the other one. I haven't attached it with the chains. But just a little pair of bow earrings to go with that little necklace. And as I said, that's all I could do minimalist. Like I can't think along the lines of minimalist jewelry. It just doesn't happen in my brain. I'm sure if I saw a few pieces, I could copy them, but it just doesn't happen in my brain. I don't know why. That's the way my brain works. Like, I'm not academically inclined at all. Like mathematically, my maths is absolutely terrible. I have to really think when I'm doing maths, but anything like this, it just happens in my head. I don't know. It just does. So this chain, this is more what I want to show. I'll just show you quickly the pendant here, and I still haven't decided if I want to add something to the bottom of this, but it's supposed to sort of sit up. If I'll just pop back onto me for a moment so I can show you. It's supposed to sit just say where this one is here is sitting on me there like that. So it's, it's not supposed to be a long one. So just sitting like that. Now I'll pop it back onto that one. So that's where it's supposed to sit. Now I showed you this link, excuse me, not so long ago. So that was the heart link. And I've just done a double chain here on these ones attaching to that. Then with just a round jump link, flattened, I flattened that one, hammered it. Get this one stuck up there. It's because it's been in a bag. Okay, it's not going to come. Oh, there we go. So it comes up into the hearts again. That's the wrong sort way over. Into double chain again, hearts, and then finishing with the thing. And this is just your finishing piece at the back. And then on this side, I've done the swirls. And they're just linked together with jump links, double chain again, connected with a jump link ring that's flattened, double chain, jump ring up to the back, and I just made a little heart dangle at the back just for a little bit of interest on that one. So hopefully you're getting some ideas for putting chains together. As I said, just sit there with links like I've done and just have a play around with them, putting them together. One final one, I think, and then we'll be done. What is the time? Oh, yeah, an hour. That's pretty good. So this one is, again, just a crystal with like a leafy sort of patterning behind. A couple of little different little dangly jump gosh, Linda, dangly things at the bottom, just done in wire. And what I wanted to show you on this one, and we did this link just not long ago, this twisted link that I showed you all, was this part here in the middle to add movement and a bit of interest. Just some little balled up, no beads attached to it, just the little balls, wire wrapped and hanging there as dangles. So when you move around, those they move up the top there just to add a bit of interest, like eye-catching interest to it. And then on this side here, just a couple of these beads. I've just brought that idea up into the chain itself. So that's it, guys. That's all I've got for you today. So I hope you really enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something from it. Give you a few ideas, bit of inspiration. I'm glad you love looking at my work, Paul. Thank you. Okay, Mary. So, Mary, you did say you got to see the chain then? You got to see that better? Okay. I don't think I missed it. Anybody have any questions or anything they wanted to ask? I'm just scrolling back here to see if I missed anything. Yes, Paula, I know what that. If I showed you my desk at the moment, you'd be horrified. I'm not going to do that because I'm horrified to look at it. And you know what? I clean it up every afternoon, and I'm in here for 5 minutes in the morning, and it doesn't look like I touched it from the day before. I'm just absolutely, and I'm a really clean, tidy person. If you saw the rest of my house, you'd go, "Wow, she keeps that lovely." But in here, it just even Dave says to me, he says, "My God, you're so particular about everything." He said, "But look at this mess." And yeah, it's okay. Well, I'm working. That's what it looks like. So, any questions? Something that it doesn't have to be with today's. It's if you're having a problem with something and you need help. If you can't get something to go right, show you how to do those little balls. Where is it gone? Oh, this one. These ones. Is that what you're talking about, Mary? Oh, that's what you say to Freeman. Yeah. Thank you, Zach. And you're so welcome, darling. I just hope you enjoyed it and learned something. Thank you, Mary. That's lovely. The round bit where I put the pen from the chain, these links, this big one here, it always separates. Mine do sometimes too. And you know what? It's only because you're cutting them with your normal jump ring thing. So I just purchased. I'm trying to find them here. A new pair of pliers, which in my next video coming out, I'm road testing those ones. So watch my next video and you'll see these ones being used. But like, as you can see there, that's not a perfect drawing on that. But you know what? Nothing's going to slip off it. So the only way you're ever going to probably get that to be perfect is if you did soldering. Now, I don't do soldering. I'd love to have a go at it, but I just don't have the space to buy any more equipment to start with. Like, where would I put it? And I just don't have the space for it. So until I'm going to do some reorganizing in my workspace here. But I need to buy a new desk, drawers, stuff like that. Yeah, I need a lot of organizing, and maybe then I can start doing something on the soldering, because I'd really love to do that, as well as electroplating. I'm in love with electroplating, and I would just love to do that. But as I said, I just don't have the space to do that, and it's, you need a huge big studio. Thank you, Zach. That's lovely, darling. With the hammering on the rings, I do hammer mine occasionally, but I find the same thing, that it opens up. So I try not to. I only use the rubber mallet. I usually try and keep them a round shape, but I do hammer them occasionally, and I don't know how to tell you how not to get that separating thing, because I haven't worked it out myself yet. So as I said, I just know that that's not going to open, and hopefully it stays towards the bottom where you can't see it. That's all I can ever sort of think of. That's my solution to that problem. Cutting it slightly longer. I don't know what you mean by that, Paula. Cutting it slightly longer. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I can't see in my head. I can't work out what you're meaning by that. I'll put myself back on camera now, because you don't want to be talking to my beads. Yeah, so I just wanted to thank you guys so much for all joining me. What did you think of the minimalist? Do you think that's something that would sell? I just I'm not sure about minimalist stuff, and apparently that's going out of fashion. And well, it's not sort of trending at the moment. Minimalist is coming more into this type of jewelry, the chunky jewelry. So Jamie doesn't like minimalist either. Yeah, no, I'm not into it. I think on very little petite people, it looks. I just can't see them probably wearing something big and chunky. So they probably need to wear minimalist type jewelry. But no, if I'm going to wear jewelry, I want it to be a statement. I'm making a statement about something. Chunky and bulky, yeah. All right, guys. Well, it's gone past the hour, so yeah, sorry about that interruption earlier, and David will be getting his ears blasted off me when I speak to him for doing that. I knew that would happen, that he would do that, and I said to him, "You do that, you're going to cut my live." I'm still so angry. I'm very angry. I just, yeah. What time is it here? It's 13 minutes past 10 in the morning on your tomorrow. It's Friday here now. Poor Dave. Well, he deserves it. Like I said to him 3 times in a phone call, no, don't forget, don't ring me tomorrow between this time and this time. 3 times. I don't know how many times you have to tell somebody. Anyway, I'll calm down and I'll probably just say you ruined my life and yeah. All right, look, you're also welcome, and I really hope that you learned something from it. And don't forget, I have a normal video coming out on Monday, so keep your eye out for that. We'll be doing another a chain link, and I think you're going to like this one. I hope you like it anyway. I do. It's something that I've been wanting to make for a long, long time, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. And for some reason, it just popped into my head, and I thought, I'll give that a go, see if it works, and it did. So, and I was absolutely thrilled, because it's one of my favorite chains on the market. Like if you're going to buy a chain, this one is one of my favorites. I will have a night's rest in my morning, Paula. And as I said, I was supposed to be going out to lunch today with my daughter, but that's off now because it's going to rain. And you know what? It probably won't rain. It looks like it's brightening up out there. And I've already cancelled with her. So she's probably doing something else now. All right, guys, 6 p.m. over there. Okay, well, that's right on dinner time for you guys. So thank you, Loretta. Good morning, yeah. All right, so, well, that's it from me, and I will see you all in my video coming out on Monday. So you guys just have a wonderful weekend, and, yeah, stay safe. And I love you all. Thank you very, very much for turning up. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. All right, guys, bye. I'll end this stream. 8 p.m. then. Okay. All right. Bye, all.